Hello, welcome to another instalment of Christine Does Christmas. I was thinking this afternoon, there could be some misguided people who have locked on here thinking that Christine Does Christmas may be a little bit like Debbie Does Dallas. It's not. There are so many disappointed people out there, I know, and you'll find your niche somewhere, but it's not here. And I also know that there are some very relieved people out there. Oh, Christine Does Christmas, and today, look, I've got my penny on, so we're going to do some cooking. And today is about the traditional Christmas pudding. It's over a decade since I made Christmas pudding, so why this year? Well, I feel the need for a little bit of tradition coming in here. I want a bit of the old safe and true and loved. And this is definitely a loved recipe. In fact, it is the recipe. Let me show. Where's it gone? This is the recipe. Yes, it's a photocopy, handwritten version of Christmas pudding that my ex-mother-in-law used to make every year with great love and passion. Sometimes she'd get it done 6 weeks before, which is what you're supposed to do. And sometimes it might have been 6 days before, but it was always delicious. And this year is another year that I am not able to host the family Christmas lunch again. There's been a lot of reasons. Last year was an ankle surgery that kept me off my feet until 2 days before Christmas, so it was really not going to happen. And this year is COVID related because my own home is now an office, a lot of the living area, and that's what it is. That's what it's had to be, and we're lucky that there's been work all the way through that, so we're not complaining about that. So we're off again to my ex-husband's place for Christmas, hence my ex-mother-in-law's Christmas pudding recipe, because it's special for us, and that's good. Tradition's good. New things are good too. Tradition's great. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to make the whole Christmas pudding in front of you. I mean, that would be about as boring as watching paint dry or grass grow. Boring as batshit. But what I am going to do is this. I have in this pan, oh look, you can actually see it in this light, some beautiful Australian dried fruits that yesterday I melded together and I put in there with a cup of rum. And so the dried fruit has plumped up to this most gorgeousness with the rum. And it smells pretty good. Yeah. And in this gloopy looking mess is like sorry about the noise. Is a Christmas pudding mixture. That is just, your basic pudding or cake mix, creaming butter and sugar, in this case brown sugar, and adding in some eggs and some flavourings and some flour and, strangely enough in this, breadcrumbs. So, and I use panko breadcrumbs because I cannot be asked making my own fresh breadcrumbs. I'm terribly sorry. And panko breadcrumbs are nice and plump and moist, so that's what's in there. Oh, talking about not following the recipe, there was allspice and cinnamon in here, and I thought, no nutmeg? What's that? So there's nutmeg in there. So I never follow a recipe religiously. Now, if you want the recipe for this, well, get in touch with me and I'll send it to you. I might make it a little easier to see than the photocopied handwritten one, although there's love and attention in here. But there are hundreds of them on the internet. Get out there and have a look. Is it worth it? I think so. I've got to say though that it is more expensive to do it this way than buying your Coles luxury Christmas pudding, which I've got to say is not a bad one to go with. So what am I going to do for you now? Well, I think I'm going to mix these two together, but I'm not liking the fact that the cake mix is so hard to say. It's not soft and pliable, let us just say that. And it's going to make me sweat. Now, you don't want to see me sweat, do you? So maybe won't. I was trying to think of a Christmas song that had Christmas pudding in it. The only one I could think of, and you can send me your suggestions, but the only one I could think of is "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And then it goes to the verse that says, "We all want a figgy pudding, we all want a figgy pudding." Well, there's no figs in this, but that's a variation of this one. It goes back a long way, the tradition of Christmas puddings. I've got to say, I'm making this Christmas pudding for the Christmas Day lunch, but the only people who are likely to have any are myself and Terry. I don't know that anybody else wants any, and we will have about this much with brandy sauce, because the brandy sauce is just a white bechamel sauce with a load of brandy in it, just by the way. And that's my family's tradition. And it goes with this rum-soaked pudding. So it's a bit delicious, but after everything else, we very often don't feel like it. But at least we have it, you know? It's there as part of the whole thing. I'm not going to do any more of that while I'm talking to you. Because after I've done this, I put it in one of these pudding steamer bowls. Bring it to about 3/4 of the way full. Put a lid on it and clamp it down really tight, and then put it in a pot of boiling water to boil away for 4 hours. Yes. And you have to keep listening for the pan rattling away so that it doesn't run out of water, because that's a bit of a problem. When I was a kid, the best thing about the pudding, and brandy sauce, were the coins that were in there. Very old tradition, and it was really good luck to find yourself a coin in your Christmas pudding, apart from the fact that you had threepence or sixpence as it was when I was a child. And that wasn't to be sneezed at. That could buy you a lot of lollies back then. And it was safe to put in there because those coins were silver. But if you're going to put coins in your Christmas pudding, then you should. You can't put today's money in there, because in the metals in there, some of them are poisonous. You don't want that. So if you're going to put coins in, you've either got to find some old ones and wash them very thoroughly, or I have been known to take modern money and cover it in foil, but I never mix it in with the pudding anymore, which was the old way to do it. Now I just sort of put a knife in the side of the pudding and then push the coin in there so that any kiddies that venture into having it, and that's the only reason why they have the Christmas pudding. So any kiddie that finds one will think they'll think it's Christmas. I'd love to tell you I'm in my own kitchen, but I'm not. I'm house sitting for some friends. Jeannie and Bob have let me sit in their house. Well, they're letting me sleep here as well for a week while they're not here. Blissful. So I thought I'd use the kitchen while I was here. I'm going to make one of these puddings for them and leave it for their Christmas, because they're both English as well. This is an English tradition. And does it suit the hot weather? Probably not. But we bring our traditions from wherever we come in the world, and we fit them into this new world the best way that we can. So as well as a Christmas pudding, we'll be having a chocolate log that one of my sons is making, and we'll be having some fabulous fruit salad of Australian stone fruit, just gorgeous to have with it, and round off a wonderful meal. So that's the cooking for the day. Now, Christmas movies. What have I been watching in the last couple of days? A Jingle Jangle, new movie on Netflix. Fabulous little thing. It's a new musical, lots of wonderful snazzy songs, great dance routines, wonderful sets and costumes, and it snows in it, it's beautiful. But it's not about Christmas as much as just being set in Christmas. It's about magic, and it's about believing in yourself and things happening, magic things happening when you do believe in yourself. So this movie, Jingle Jangle, Netflix, it's one for all the family. I think that you'll all love it. Brings a little Christmas bit of hope to your heart. Get a belief in ourselves. We all need belief in ourselves. So that's it today. I have no idea how long it was. But this is a fun adventure. I hope you're with me, and if you want to ask me about Christmas pudding, send me a message. If you want me to give you a private lesson on making your Christmas puddings, I'm up for that. And yeah, have a great day. get some things done, enjoy yourselves. Thanks for being with me. See you next time. Bye.